Imagine a world where East and West never met. No spices scenting medieval Europe, no samurai armor inspired by Persian designs, no Marco Polo spinning tales of Cathay. For over 1,500 years, the Silk Road wasn't just a trade route, it was the internet of the ancient world, connecting empires and reshaping civilizations. But what if it never existed? Let's unravel a timeline where this legendary network vanishes and see how our modern world might look unrecognizable. The Silk Road emerged not from a single decision, but from a slow dance of necessity. Around 130 BCE, China's Han Dynasty sought allies against nomadic raiders, sparking diplomatic missions to Central Asia. These early contacts snowballed into a web of trade routes stretching from Xi'an to Rome. But erase that spark, say if the Han Dynasty collapsed earlier, or the Xiongnu nomads blocked westward expansion, and Eurasia fractures into isolated bubbles. Without the Silk Road, Europe and Asia develop in parallel universes. China's invention of paper stays confined to its borders, delaying the spread of literacy in the Islamic world and Europe. The Abbasid Caliphate never becomes a beacon of knowledge without Chinese paper mills fueling Baghdad's House of Wisdom. Medieval monks keep scratching on costly parchment, slowing the Renaissance by centuries. Meanwhile, Roman glassware never reaches Chang'an, leaving Chinese artisans without the inspiration to create their own translucent ceramics. Technologies stagnate. The global brain of shared innovation goes dark. Religion and culture fracture, too. Buddhism likely remains an Indian philosophy rather than spreading to Japan and Southeast Asia. The Buddha statues of Bamiyan, carved by Greek-influenced artists in Afghanistan, never exist, erasing a fusion of Hellenistic and Buddhist art. Islam, born in Arabia, struggles to reach Central Asia without merchant caravans as its missionaries. Christianity might dominate the Mediterranean, but without Silk Road competition, could it splinter into even more warring sects? The map of faith becomes a patchwork of disconnected local beliefs. The geopolitical dominoes fall hardest. No Silk Road means no wealth pouring into Samarkand or Constantinople, leaving the Byzantine Empire weaker against rising powers. The Mongol Empire, built on controlling trade routes, never forms. Genghis Khan remains a regional warlord. Without Mongol peace enabling Marco Polo's journey, Europe stays fixated on its own shores. Columbus might still sail west, but with no tales of Asian riches to motivate him, Spain's crown invests elsewhere. The age of exploration stutters, delaying colonization and leaving the Americas' indigenous nations stronger for longer. In this alternate world, globalization is centuries behind. Nations develop in isolation, their cultures unblended. Italian pasta, a descendant of Chinese noodles, never appears. The Arabic numerals powering modern math remain confined to India. Even your morning coffee, a Yemeni bean popularized by Ottoman traders, is a luxury few Europeans ever taste. Yet this void creates opportunities. Without Silk Road plagues like the Black Death, Europe's population booms earlier. African kingdoms, untouched by Arab and European slave trades, might dominate the Sahara's trade networks. Japan, never introduced to Buddhism or Chinese writing, crafts a uniquely indigenous civilization. The world isn't worse or better, just strange. Like a mirror universe where every familiar corner feels eerily reshaped. So the next time you sip tea or check a map, remember, those everyday comforts were born from a chain of camel caravans, daring diplomats, and chance encounters. The Silk Road didn't just move goods, it moved history itself. And without it, we'd all be living in a different story.
This is Bites of Goats, where we don't just talk about history, we learn from it. See you in the next one.